I believe that a lot of men succeed partly because of their families, and all women succeed despite their families.
That's so beautifully said.
That's a fact. Thank you for joining us at the summit, standing tall with or without heels. And as you can see, we are all wearing various versions of that. Now, these are very busy women, so we are going to get right into it. Now, networking is a word that I used to I thought it was a vile word. It made me feel like I'm swallowing my own vomit. But then I met Guneet on a plane, and she spoke to me about.
Hi, can I come sit next to you? Are you sleeping? She's like, no. I was like, okay then. 2 hours later.
And I felt that she goes and she tells everybody her dreams. I'm speaking on her behalf, or at least my interpretation. She goes and she tells everyone her dreams, regardless of whether they can help her in that journey or not. But after speaking to her, I went and I told my mom, I said that, we should reach out. There's nothing wrong in reaching out to other people. At best, we make a connection. If they say no, we've still opened a door to go to them again, saying that, that didn't work out, but I have another plan. And I learned that from this woman. So now we want 5 tips of how to be a great networker. Come on.
Thank you. I'll tell you a little story from my life. When I turned 18, I come from a very, very humble family. My dad's grand plan for me was, beta tum insurance agent ban jao. And his plan was, ki you don't even have to sell insurance, I will sell. But at least, you will get money every time that person renews insurance, na? तो सालाना तुम्हारे पास पैसा आएगा. And I, like a nice diligent daughter, went to study insurance. In that insurance course, I learned something which stayed with me all my life. Is that जब आप insurance बेचने जाओगे, you'll go sell insurance. People are actually, you go to your own economic background people, those are your friends, and you tell them that why don't you get insurance? And they'll be like, we are hardly making our expenses meet. So no, not right now. We'll see, and it's not priority. So 10 people are going to say no to you. But you have to keep going on, because the 11th person is going to say yes. मैं हर रोज़ कुआं खोदती हूँ, हर रोज़ उसमें पानी ढूंढती हूँ, right? That's my life, and I love it because I'm just like, okay, if you don't want to do it, just quickly say no. So you will actually help me by shortening the no. Don't take time. Just say no, because the best kind of yes is going to come. I just have to look harder. I just have to keep doing it. Please freely ask. Know the names of people sitting next to you. Exchange your cards. Practice your pitch. Can I tell you, Lunchbox is a film that my director and I pitched. Like technically, we used to in our downtime rehearse our pitches. We rehearsed our laughters. We rehearsed our jokes, our clap. We pitched it at least 350 times to get the money. So wear your pitch on your sleeve. Practice your pitch. There is no shame in asking. Shame is an emotion that we keep, gravitating to. It's easy to dwell in like, मेरे पास इतना कुछ नहीं है.
And like what she said in the beginning, Twinkle, like networking is like swallowing your own vomit. It's the same for me. I get anxiety, I sweat, I have to calm myself down. So when my film was done, I shot in 2021, and 2021 के end में मैंने बड़े एक्साइटेडली एडिट करके अपने प्रोड्यूसर्स को दे रही है, अब कहीं नहीं जा रही क्योंकि पैंडेमिक भी हो चुका है. एंड हियर आई एम दिस एम्बिशियस पर्सन कि मुझे अपने शर्मा जी की बेटी निकालनी है. मतलब यहाँ पर इतने बड़े बड़े प्रोडक्शन हाउसेज हैं. देयर दैट्स व्हाई आई से वेयर माय हसल एक्चुअली स्टार्टेड. सो देयर वाज दिस big party happening, and here I meet a person and we go back to the radio days and we're having this conversation. So then I spoke to him, and then when I went back and I was just talking to someone, she was like, who is he? He's from Amazon. And this is, I'm with great pride, I'm saying, and not putting it down, I hustled for my own film single-handedly. I released my film, of course supported by men, but my producers had. So then I was like, listen, I have a film. Can you please give me an opportunity to just screen this film for you? And now this great player, Prime Amazon, it's on Prime Amazon. So now I'm talking to them. I was like, can you just give me a window, please? I would have never done that for the life of me. But I was, rallying for myself and in my head for the 100 other women which will come along.
The beauty of networking is not making the connection. It is follow-up. So it is the email you write after. It is the visiting card that you remember to touch base. It is that greetings that you send. It is the soft skill that matters. It is not a transaction. Every connection is not going to translate into a connection. Is going to instantly increase your bank account. It is going to enhance your world. So you have to really love it. During Elephant Whispers and period end of sentence, Elephant Whispers, I actually wore an elephant sari or an elephant jewelry in every screening. So I'm method dressed. I'm an Indian. I'm an Academy member. I went into 100 other screenings to actually lobby for my film, to network for my film, just wearing elephants. So it was more about being creative, and there is no pathway to this. You have to put yourself out there. So if we can first deal with shame and imposter syndrome, only then you get ready to ask, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा ना, मना ही कर देंगे. And 10 people तो allowed है ना मना करने के लिए. Turning fear into faith every day. Turning every fear into faith is part of showing up.
I just started my production house, Katha Pictures, and I was like telling this guy, I want a female EP because the entire set is full of men. You hardly have women. They just get 2 girls for costume. कि costume के लिए लड़कियों को बुला लो. My associate producer came, very distinctly and said, "Ma'am, मैं एक बात बताऊँ." मैंने कहा हाँ जी. मैम फीमेल EP नहीं चलेगी. मैंने कहा क्यों? मैम मूडी होती है ना औरतें. फिर मैंने कहा मूडी होती है मतलब आप अपना काम ढंग से करो, नहीं होंगी मूडी. मैम बाथरूम कौन ढूंढेगा इनके लिए. द लास्ट थिंग ही सेड बिफोर आई वांटेड टू स्ट्रैंगल हिज नेक एंड देन आई चेंज्ड हिम ओनली वाज दैट एंड और मैडम उसके बाद चलो बाथरूम भी कर लिया तो उनको घर कौन छोड़ने जाएगा, उनकी सेफ्टी का कौन, मतलब कैसे करेंगे. एंड आई एम लाइक इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक दिस इज अ कैटल क्लास दैट इनकी सेफ्टी का क्या, फिर इट्स अ न्यूसेंस.
I remember I was on some hill and I was shooting for Jan, and it was just a hill in the middle, and it was morning. I wanted to go to the bathroom. I was holding it, became afternoon. I didn't know what to do. Where do I go? Because there are men everywhere. The only other woman on that set is my hairdresser. And heroines are not supposed to have any bodily functions. We don't, there's no scatology happening around us. So finally, I couldn't hold it. It was 3 o'clock. I thought I'd die. So I got into a rowboat. I rowed myself to another hill. I peed and I came back. And after that, I became blasé. I was talking to Sudha Murthy. She was one of the first students in engineering. And again, bathrooms were an issue. Bathrooms are a reason that they pushed women outside, territories just by not giving them this one space.
I feel like the Me Too movement was helpful to at least ignite a conversation, to just be like, don't do anything, just ask, what can I do, be open to feedback, that how can I be better, what do I do to be better. And people don't realize that how they make women uncomfortable. It's just easier for them to go on the smoke breaks, to have those conversations, to then we'll fill you in, so I'd be like, no, I'm a decision maker, you don't fill me in.
This is when you are single and you're like giving your 100% to the career, and now when you become a mother, guys, I was pregnant, I remember, and one of the producers called me and said, congratulations and all of that, you're pregnant and all of that. I said, yes sir, thank you. That call, more than congratulation, was about, I think we should renegotiate our contract, because now that you are going to be a mother, you will not be able to work. And I'm like, I don't have a disease, I'm having a baby.
I also feel we overcompensate for our biological needs and behavior and pattern and the way we are supposed to behave. People who want to have babies, they are made to feel apologetic about it, and that's not okay. We also overcompensate. मैं करूँगी, we beg for work. That should not be. We deserve the work, and we also deserve the break, because there's not a circus of estrogen, progesterone happening in you. You're not producing a baby. It takes time, and I want to heal, and I will be back. But don't replace me.
I believe that a lot of men succeed partly because of their families, and all women succeed despite their families.
That's so beautifully said.
That's a fact.
My story slightly differs here, because when I had my baby, I started my production house immediately after I had my baby. All this because my mother-in-law and my mother, these women came together and they told me, you go and work. When women come together, great things happen.
No, so that's what I'm saying. The men will clap for you, but it's the women who are holding the ladder steady so that you can climb up.
Yes.
They are clapping for you, but they're not holding the ladder. It's your mother, your mother-in-law, your sisters, your nanny, your helper.
But I'm climbing
all
on the
of them.
women's shoulders only.
Exactly.
I
all
think
of us.
women are just very, very good as multitaskers, and also they make very good producers because there is something called empathy, and that is a superpower that women have by default.
Thank you to all my lovely panelists. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you all big, big hugs as soon as we get off and we'll have a drink. You are a troll slayer, so don't tell me that you don't do Vivad. I have seen some of your tweets.